Hey guys, Beast Force here, and welcome back to my Phineas and Ferb breakdowns. As we're closer and closer to getting season 2 done, as Nerds of a Feather and Wizard All will be a 2 episode, as the rest of the episodes of the 8 will be the last normal episode. Then we get to Summer Belongs to You and Roller Coaster the Musical. Phineas and Ferb is a heavily referenced show. For example, for many episodes of Phineas and Ferb to have reference from movies, TV shows and other things as well. When you see a Phineas and Ferb reference, it's rarely distracting and it becomes unnoticed. And it's pretty interesting. 2 weeks ago, Cool the Artist actually did a pop culture reference, which is in the episode of Ben 10, which also has a reference to pop culture. And if you want to watch his video, link is down below. The first episode focusing on fantasy and sci-fi fans fighting each other on which movie is better. And oh yeah, there's 2 actors that you recognize in media. And the second one is focusing on a parody of Wizard of Oz, and Dan Poverman actually did his own thing.
How many copyright hoops did you have to jump through to make the Phineas and Ferb episode The Wizard of Oz?
The Wizard of Oz, they don't own the copyright to that story. That story is public domain. What they own the copyright to are the things that they added to the movie that were not in the original story. The red ruby slippers, which we just made into red rubber boots. And that was solved. I think the other thing was that we couldn't put her in the blue gingham dress, which we weren't going to do anyway because we're going to put her in Candace's outfit. But that's the only thing that we really had to dance around, I think.
If this is your first breakdown and you're curious to know how the rating system works, in the details description down below along my other videos in my playlist. John Colton Perry and Perry P. also wrote another episode of Phineas and Ferb called Nerds of a Feather, which is premiered on August the 16th, 2010 on Disney XD. Phineas and Ferb head to the Tri-State Area annual sci-fi and fantasy convention to meet their hero, special effects guru Clive Addison. Their plan is sidetracked when they're swept into a duel between the fantasy fans and the sci-fi geeks. Meanwhile, Candace tries to keep a secret that she's a fan of Ducky Momo. Across the hall, Dr. Doofus has taken a television executive hostage so that he can pitch a show he's developed. When I first watched it, I thought this was a real world of a fantasy, but it turned out to be digital effects, which foreshadows for what's gonna happen.
I voted for you, Kevin.
There's that Barack Obama poster like it, and since she's the mayor, and also this is the 3rd time that the zebra calls Candace Kevin.
Okay, focus, and...
While Candace is in a different world, you can see it started to crack as it turned out it was actually digital effects by Phineas and Ferb.
This year's fun. It's all special effects. Ferb and I are warming up before we meet our special effects hero Clive Addison today at the Science Fiction and Fantasy Convention.
Oh yeah, this is one of the episodes that Vincent Martella recorded his life in behind the scenes along with Nobody Business and Spa Day.
Huh? Ferb and I are practicing for meeting our special effects hero, Clive Addison, today at the Science Fiction and Fantasy Convention. Oh, come on. Did you ever consider that fans of Space Adventure 4... Have you ever tried talking to them? Ferb, I know what we're gonna do from this point in the day on.
Giant Losers, the musical.
She said the musical, which is a reference to High School Musical and foreshadowing of Roller Coaster the Musical.
This is Captain Lump Sharpfork from Space Adventure 14.
We all know this episode is gonna be full of Star Wars or Star Trek references.
This is Jaime Silverman, the elf prince from Stumbleberry Finkback, and Clive Addison did the special effects for both.
And take all your mirrors and zebras and junk and get out of my room!
That line was also used in Vincent Martella when he's using behind the scenes, which other voice actors done and other people to help him behind the scenes as well.
We're already at the convention.
Man, look at the way Phineas and Ferb disappeared just like that.
Science fiction and fantasy together at last.
A convention center is actually a reference to Comic-Con, which we see every year.
Hey,
Where's Perry?
Even though it doesn't mix, but it's synced up very well, which still counts.
And the music kicks in on.
That is Doofus narrating to Jeff McGarland, which we'll get to that later on. I like how Perry fades into the silhouette. As you can see, he's fighting while in the shadow as doing different forms as it shows his name. It's weird that Perry the Platypus still wears a hat while he's in his prison uniform.
The 1865 assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
And they got the date right. What kudos to Swampy Marsh and Dan Provo and the writers for researching.
The rogue trillionaire inventor extreme fighting champion from the future. They're with the aid of Rick.
A Knight Rider reference, why not?
Fighting high-tech talking rickshaw. Tri-state area in peril.
It's also a reference to the A-Team and Kung Fu.
Come on, Rye. Hold the mayor.
Giant robots will control us in human death matches. Well, that gives us something to look forward to.
I've detected some strange out-of-character behavior.
And also Major Monogram doesn't appear, so... Again, Major Monogram's played by Rick anyway, who's voiced by Swampy Marsh.
How he waves. It goes side to side, see? 2 days ago. Watch. See?
As Roger turns into a werewolf in Doof and Puss, as it doesn't use the fade effect as he transforms, which is cool.
We're gonna need a turban and a wig.
Hi, Candace. Where are you off to?
Going to Stacy's.
Okay, honey. What's in the big bag?
Smaller bags?
Great. Have fun.
She said have fun, which foreshadows in the next episode called Wizard of Oz. Look at the conventions of the design. You can see a snake, a bee, a robot, a lot of things happening there, just like a Comic-Con in real life.
If you think Lump Sharpfork can defeat Heiny Silverman the Elf Prince, then you are 3 Florets short of a Foxonian zip fella, my friend.
In airing order, this is the second time we see Albert since not Phineas and Ferb.
You can carry your own action figures.
That's a reference to R2-D2, which Evian is wearing.
Clive Addison, I can't believe we're gonna meet him.
Oh, Phineas, you're just in time.
If I was Phineas and Evian was in my way, I would tell Evian to fuck off. But overall, he's just obsessed of Phineas and Ferb once again.
Space adventure movies are superior to the Stumbleberry ThinkBat movies.
This is just like when DC and Marvel fans arguing at Star Wars and Star Trek and other shows of sci-fi and fantasy. We've seen that all the time in Comic Cons, and it just never gets old, and it's still doing this to this day. Just, oh my word.
Oh.
Man, Evian, why do you have to waste time?
What?
They actually think all those silly magic elves movies.
Blueberry Thinkbat and the Lost Shadow of Darkling Tower?
This is just like in real life in conventions where both fans fighting each other over arguments. Geeks everywhere.
Space adventure movies combined.
It's based on hard scientific facts. It's like watching a reality show from the distant future.
Affirmative. Yeah, that's correct. Exactly.
Ferb is like, well, I'm gonna have to go into the fantasy team.
Ducky Momo.
In production order, this is actually the first appearance of Ducky Momo.
Thinkies!
Thank you.
In Doofenpuss is at the Sea Hall, just like in She's the Mayor and the Beak episode.
We will now saw the amazing Platadini in half.
Doofenpuss.
Platapadabra!
Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry the Platypus.
Oh no, ninja vampire!
This is odd. Vampire's supposed to be vulnerable to the light, but it survives in the dark. This part is so random. As Perry beats up, you can see things exploding. That is odd. Susie is here, and you know what that means?
No, I haven't heard from Candace.
She told me she was hanging with you today.
She told me the same thing about you.
That has to be Candace doing an anonymous tip to try and lie to her friend so that she can cosplay as Ducky Momo for the convention.
She's really into the kid stuff, you know, like...
Ducky Momo!
Oh shit. I have to skip this because of copyright, and I do not want my video to be getting taken down, as you can see. But as you can see, as Susie chases Ducky Momo while Candace is in the sky, you can hear a Ducky Momo theme is playing.
Why must it be so hard for a lifelong closet Ducky Momo fan?
The song is called Ducky Momo Is My Fan, which shows Candace's enduring relationship with Ducky Momo when she was young. Once again, we get to see young Candace, but this time she's as a kid, like Ducky Momo. You can hear Ducky Momo making the sound while Candace hugs him. Man, Candace is a fan of Ducky Momo before Phineas and Ferb were born. While Candace was in bed, you can see the light in the night as it is rainy. She always had Ducky Momo to protect her, just as everyone else with toys and teddy bears when they were young. We get to see Candace's school. She has a CJ, go figure. I like how the cloud forms into a heart shape, which is very nice. Poor Candace, she doesn't want to reveal herself as everyone will laugh at her as we get to see later on. I really like how the animators and the creators actually put a lot of effort to ducking Momo of this song, which is very lovely.
Hey, come on, guys. Aren't you blowing this all out of proportion?
Phineas is right, somehow the arguing has to stop eventually.
You should meet with the Almordian Council. Forget about him. He's nothing to you anymore.
This is just silly kids just beefing about fantasy and sci-fi. Can this please stop?
We seek counsel with the Exalted One.
Baljeet
is the only 16th level space adventure trivia master in the world.
So Baljeet is the master of space adventure and he knows everything, which plays a part in the bigger in Candace Against the Universe.
A minor disturbance in the universe. No, now it is gone.
It's Clive Addison.
Pay attention.
Evian, why you gotta be such a dick?
Ferb is dressed like an elf.
Oh, for the love of Eumelian Dogpie! We lost Ferb too?
He's just enjoying another genre.
See, even Phineas Flynn gets it. Why can't everyone gets it? Anyone could join fantasy and sci-fi. Oh my word, why does it have to be harder? But that's what makes the episode good.
The line must be drawn here, right between Phineas and his loved ones.
Space Adventure
Speckies,
Finkies.
Finkies.
More in common than they do differences.
Man, Phineas is spitting facts right now. Even though he's trying to keep this cool, at least he doesn't get angry until summer belongs to you, I guess.
Have you ever tried talking to them?
Man, why am I not surprised? As soon as Baljeet appears, Buford will appear.
This place is crawling with nerds. They're of Olaf Underhump and his complex, emotional inner journey.
Buford is not a man of peace.
Well, no shit. At the times he bullied you and the times he pulled your wedgie, and we seen it in the bully code.
Hey, no space bunnies allowed!
Time to end this silly feud so we can all enjoy Clive Addison's special effects presentation.
Look at the designs in the main menu. A burger, a chips, and a drink.
We Speckies vow to live in peace and harmony with you Finkies. It's much better than some of they think that, and that you have brought eternal shame to your families forever believing otherwise.
To be honest, it's not quite out of character for Baljeet to do this, but obviously, as long as Buford is here, then there is no peace.
Just said!
Well, how about this?
So it is war then!
Bring it on, Speckies!
And we all know what's gonna happen until Clive Addison and Phineas and Ferb save it, but you're just making it harder for yourself, which is not helpful.
Lump Shark Fork from Space Adventure 16, Glorf.
Glorf!
Doof and Pork! Look, it's the mayor! Get him!
Knock it off! I'm the real mayor.
We've seen it in many movies where the real person was kidnapped and the fake is planning to take over, just like G.I. Joe.
While I was attacking you, I was thinking, why did he tie himself up in a dark closet? Oh, you freed yourself. And also Scissor.
Even in Doofenpuss, Perry the Platypus always found a way to get out the trap.
We brought the entire convention center to the brink of an inter-genre geek war.
True, but it's not your fault. But again, we've seen that many times in conventions.
I'll go talk to Buford, and you can talk to Baljeet. May the luck of Slough Farm be with you.
And may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Always.
This Momo collectible card game? Momo the movie? Oh, the Momo-ness of it all!
Man, Susie cannot stop chasing Candace, even in the Ducky Momo suit.
These Momo nuts are such an embarrassment.
Where are you? Ducky Momo?
That worked, and that's very satisfying to see Susie scared because after the things she done to Candace. Candace trying to find Ducky Momo merch, but there's a balloon there you can get.
Working on your battle strategy, Phineas?
What? No, I mean, yes, I am. Great. We'll need to modify your costume a bit to get you behind enemy lines.
Why'd you disturb my brooding on the eve of war, Stumpling? What trickery is this?
Greetings, almighty Olaf Underhump.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Phineas, your kind is not welcome here.
He should have said dinner bell, but
Drowning in comedy, romance, and thought-provoking ecological docudramas.
There are no friends in these halls, Phineas. There are only my people.
Buford, you're making this harder than usual.
Once Olaf Underhump has made a hasty and ill-informed decision.
Looks like Phineas tries while Ferb is gonna do his way.
No, it's an elfin cape of invisibility, da.
Battle, speak! You cannot charm me with your silver tongue!
He was going to speak until Baljeet just Oh, it's not making it easy for either of them.
No power in this dimension! Transport him away!
Man, Ferb is very pissed right now.
I know how you feel.
Clive Addison.
And he is voiced by Kevin Smith, who you know is very popular for pop culture.
Just too bad there aren't more of you out there.
Everyone here loves your work. That they're about to go to war over which of your movies is better.
I don't want to hear that. I became a special effects artist.
And that's Clive Addison to do special effects for both movies, told that he become famous to go to conventions. Now he's going to see two of his fans is going to go into war with everyone.
Special effects. Ferb, I know what we're gonna do from this point in the day on.
The song is called To War, which was sung by none other than the fans of Space Adventure and fantasy fans.
We'd better do it fast.
This is what you expect to see from conventions, with both geeks fighting over which genre is better, which is not good. Oh, there's Django. Look at the designs and the costume there. I haven't talked about it, but it looks very good. I really like how the animators put a lot of work to it. They're using asthma pump. Well, oh, that is so cute. Really like the backgrounds as you get to see Balji and Beaver's perspective. Space Adventure logo? That is very cool.
My barbarian bitch!
That's the rare Ducky Momo commemorative plate. All I have to do is get over there without drawing too much attention to myself.
Well, wait until the end as you reveal yourself while stopping the special effects creature. As we cut to the first and second frame, you can how the position changed with the colors. As they charge, look how it flashes quickly, which is very anti-dramatic.
That gives me a 5 points weapon skills advantage.
Odoff Underhump has a healing factor of 8.
The totally, for real, mayor.
As Roger grows into a monster, you see it merges as it gets bigger and bigger. That's another good detail of Phineas and Ferb, where its emerging thing grows and grows.
Monster into a story because you're stuck for an ending. It's lazy. It's lazy writing.
Jeff McGarlin is Seth MacFarlane. Who else?
That's a pencil sharpener.
How is that information helpful at this juncture?
You've tied me up next to this, what is this, a beaver or something?
Man, Jeff McGarlin calls Platypus a beaver.
But my advanced TV executive instincts tell me your show is going to be a big hit.
And then all of these fans will be so enamored of me.
I really like how you see the storyboards. You see Perry, Doof, a lot of sketches there, which is cool.
I am going to rule the tri-state area!
Can we give the platypus a girlfriend?
What? Never!
And it happens as we get to see in the end, but I'll come back in full cycle when I talk about it. Man, look at Perry smirking. Wow.
No, my artistic integrity and I are out. Peace!
Just like Candace and the other characters, he says peace.
Buford, just what do you think you are doing? Is that what Odoff Underhump would do?
This is why I like Balji. He stands up to Buford. Why could he do that when he's wedging him?
No, it's not. He'd never run from a fight.
No hero would, no matter what the genre.
And we'll win.
Fantasy!
And science fiction.
Together!
I like how they settle their differences now. I'm glad they're solving the problem is to solve it together.
Here.
So, you a fan of Ducky Momo?
Oh yeah, Candace doesn't know it's special effect as her plate is broken, which is, oh.
It's working. Look.
And it's working while Ferb is mocapping to be like a monster, as we've seen in movies nowadays.
Join together to defeat our monster.
Oh, watch this, man. I'm gonna make him lurch to the right.
What is that? A lucid dream. Of course, Phineas and Ferb.
And Candace knew it straight away. She knows everything is up to something, including the Beak episode when they're in disguise. And Candace knew Phineas and Ferb were the Beak straight away.
Brother! Ruta des Juvalume!
This is all baloney. It's just special effects.
Candace, do you want the beef between fantasy and sci-fi to continue? Just pretending, they're pretending. Stop with it.
Plastic blasters, rolling dice. Boogie, boogie, boogie.
And that's how Phineas and Ferb disappeared early while they were in Candace's room.
I can't believe that actually worked.
My people have much to learn from your people. You must tell me how to shoot a blaster someday.
And you can teach me how to wield a club.
I'm afraid that information is proprietary.
At least we get to see both making out together, which is very lovely. It's nice to see characters being nice for each other.
Hey, Candace Flynn. I'm who you love.
You said earlier not to get attention for yourself and you're reviewing yourself, which I think this is a big mistake, as everyone's gonna see.
She's a teenager and she came dressed as Ducky Momo.
She came dressed as Ducky Momo. Negative.
Even though you love Ducky Momo, it's no shame. Even adults or teenagers watch kids' cartoons, and it's not shameful. I don't mind when people watch it. It just doesn't bother me. But when people laugh at you, it's an embarrassment, and it's kind of like,
That was so cool.
Well, hey, Jeremy.
I love you, Ducky Momo.
Ducky Momo loves you too, Susie.
And we all know Susie in the next episode appears going to try and look Candace bad. But overall, it's nice to see them two warm up together.
The best special effects show ever, and I've been a Burning Man.
Thanks, Mr. Addison. That means the world coming from you.
An amazing career in special effects. That had me a call in 10 years.
You know what funny as fuck? In the episode of At Your Age, it takes place 10 years into the future.
Actually, what I'd love to do is direct.
The platypus and his girlfriend.
I will saw the amazingly handsome Platadini.
This is just like the same scene earlier, and Platypus getting a girlfriend, well, we see that question At Your Age.
Are we ever going to see Perry the platypus get a girlfriend?
No, not gonna happen.
Ah, he was right. This is better. I should have sold out.
First out of the 2 episodes of the ratings. Surprisingly, I'm going to give the plot a 4. The idea to have Phineas and Ferb at the convention to meet Clyde Addison is very good move. And with Evian and his brother Albert being involved with the fantasy versus sci-fi, which plays a very, very dumb move, as the argument is about war, culture war on pop culture and all that, which makes the episode very interesting. I really like the idea that everyone with the fantasy and sci-fi working together to defeat the monster, which Ferb uses as special effects. Phineas and Ferb, I mean. I also really like the Doofenpuss, as Doofenshmirtz trying to pitch himself to make sure that it becomes popular in television by Jeff McGarlin, who's voiced by Seth MacFarlane. It didn't work out, but the concept we got was amazing, which actually refers to what it is in real life, which plays to their strengths. Characterization, as always, will get a 5. I like how Phineas and Ferb trying to stop the war between sci-fi and fantasy, as Phineas talked to Buford as it didn't work. Same with Ferb trying to talk to Baljeet, which didn't work, but it all comes together when Clive Addison did the special effects with Phineas and Ferb to help together to form and unite with each other. Even though Perry the Platypus was tied up, I really like to see Doof and Perry working each other in a show called Doofenpuss, which never happened, which actually got called for Platypus being the girlfriend. As Candace, as usual, we get to see her emotions with her love to Ducky Momo, as it's no shame because she really likes Ducky Momo in her own life, and Susie to warming up to her is brilliant. Everyone else was very consistent. The visuals is a 5. There are a lot of good designs like Ducky Momo, Doofenpuss, sci-fi versus fantasy fans with different costumes design, and the monster end with special effect, and the designs in conventions as well, which makes it very, very good. Importance gets a 3. Even though it's remembered by Phineas and Ferb fans, it didn't go anywhere, but it's still memorable for the space adventures, the reference, and the gimmicks as well, which actually keeps you interested. Entertainment will be a 5 because why not? That leaves us with a 22 out of 25. The episode is as good as I remembered, as the Speckies, the reference to Star Wars and Star Trek, performance, fan culture war, a lot of things, and a lot of reference to keep you interested. Let's move on to the next one. To finish the pop culture reference of the second episode, written by Michael Ginger and Kaz, of an episode called Wizard of Oz, premiered September the 24th, 2010 on Disney Channel. In order to wash their car quickly, Phineas and Ferb build a contraption that spins it around, causing Candace to collapse. she soon finds herself in the magical land of Oz where their friends are like the characters of The Wizard of Oz. When Candace follows the yellow brick sidewalk to Bustopoulos, things ain't what they seem.
Phineas and Ferb said they've devised a fun way to wash the house. Have some fun for a change.
I agree, but she still needs to bust her brother, but she does have fun throughout the summer with Phineas and Ferb.
I have lots of fun!
Is that fun?
I have fun! I'm like the queen of fun!
You're the queen of Mars, not the queen of fun.
You should at least do a little reading.
The Wizard of Oz. Isn't this for babies?
Only if you read it for yourself. It's not for babies, it's for everyone. Everyone remembers Wizard of Oz for the pop culture.
Well, I'll be at my weightlifting class.
Whoa, Linda does weightlifting? She is so strong.
Yeah, oh, my eyes hurt. You're the only one who understands me.
Hi, Candace. Nothing. I'm good.
I want to be cool.
And we all know this becomes relevant in Wizard of Oz with Baljeet, I want to be cool, and Baljeet and Beaver wanting nothing.
Ferb says I should tell you we're about to start washing the house.
Will you get out of here? Blah, blah, Dorothy, blah, blah, Kansas.
And the book mentions Dorothy and Kansas, which is in Wizard of Oz, as you mind. I like how the camera shakes while Phineas and Ferb are cleaning out the house as it goes up, as you can also see Isabella's house clear. And it's spinning around. And wait, where's Isabella?
Do you guys always watch the house like this?
But the city's using the tub as a reservoir.
Tell that for real. I like that the house spins around as you can see Candace's room while Candace is splashed by water. I like how Candace enters into a dream phase as we get to see the zebra and a lot of things there. You can see a giant throwing baby head again, that zebra appearing for the 4th time, the gnome and that alien from Queen of Mars. A cow and that platypus gift from was it when Perry the platypus laid an egg. Susie, Finnetroids and Furbots and the roller coaster.
I wonder where Perry went.
Ew, gross, Perry!
We are in Patchkinlands as you get to see. Look at the designs and it looks very, very good. The house, the yellow sidewalk and everything. And it also won 2 Emmy Awards for the best animation as we get to see why.
We're Patchkins.
Funny enough, which is a reference to Munchkins.
Perry, I don't think we're in Danville anymore.
Oh, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
This little witch Susie was a louse. Now she's squished under a house. I'm alright.
This episode came out in 2010. 7 years later, Dorothy is voiced by Kari Wilgan, who voiced Susie. Man, we get to see more of the details in the backgrounds and the house as well.
What you doing?
Isabel cosplaying Glinda the Good, which is she uses a bubble as well.
Welcome to Patchkin Land.
Don't touch those boots!
Witch!
And there are Fireside Girls that you knew. Addison, Ginger, Gretchen, Holly, Kate.
Witch! Warlock!
There's Doofus riding on a broomstick. And also, he is cosplaying a witch from Wicked or Warlock.
Suppose I should thank you for squishing little Susie. Because I'm wicked.
You all know that reference, don't you?
Then I'll be on my... Wait, what happened? Where are my boots?
On Candace. Now my feet are cold.
Same, Susie, when I'm not sleeping.
He doesn't have to give you anything.
I have the power of positive thinking. That's right, I'll get you. And your little platypus, too.
Perry's like, bring it on, you stupid evil witch.
I don't know how, but I bet Phineas and Ferb are behind all this.
Oh, hi, Candace.
I knew it!
Have fun.
Wait, stop!
And this is the main concept in this episode, to have fun. Candace trying to have fun, but she's not.
You could always try Bustopoulos. That's where the wizard lives. You betcha. How do I get there?
The song is called Yellow Sidewalk, sung by Isabella, telling Candace how to get to Bustopoulos. There was actually other lyrics that was going to be made, but overall, it never made it into the final cut. It's nice to see Alison Stoner getting more singer roles in Phineas and Ferb, as she does get more.
The one that's burnt umber.
You mean the ones that made out of trees? Oh, there it is. Love the choreography of the song and the dancing again as you get to see.
Baby, you're going nowhere.
When the male singer saying ooh ooh, that sounds like Vincent Martell, the voice of Phineas, as he doesn't sing in this song as Phineas doesn't show it, but it's actually Vincent's voice. As the bubble fades in the back, you can see Isabella's going into as she disappears into it while the bubbles cover fully as it goes away.
I hope there's not going to be a lot of singing in this thing.
Well, you are in luck.
It's a world away.
Balji is cosplaying a scarecrow just like in Wizard of Oz.
A nerd crow. I hang in cornfields, wedgies, you see. Despite my above-average mathematical skills, would bust topless to ask the wizard to bust my brothers. The wizard can do something for me.
The song I Wish I Was Cool, sung by none other than the Nerd Crow. Candace is like, oh, this shit is gonna happen again. I really like the birds and the leaves pulling along as Baljeet sings as Candace stops.
Hi. Fine, you can come along. Don't stand too close.
The yellow sidewalk is a reference to the yellow brick road.
Hi, Candace.
Looks like you're gonna be hearing that joke again. Phineas and Ferb build a candy road to Bastopolis as there's unicorn and there's different cream and cherry. This is look lovely.
Do I have a say in this matter? No. Let's go. Yes, Candace.
Candace, man, why you gotta be so hard on him and everyone else? Man, look at the food. They're racing in Marshmallow Land. It's very cool.
Well, it is Candace's.
No shit, we already knew, but I'm glad Ferb already knows about this before some of the audience are.
It's not witch, it's warlock. The front door looks good.
Doofusmut's using a crystal ball, just like the witch in Wizard of Oz.
The platypus outside my window looks good. Oh, gross! I'm going to send my flying squirrels after her!
Instead of flying monkeys, which is in Wizard of Oz, but we do see a spider monkey.
No, they don't fly so fast.
All I know is Phineas and Ferb are behind all this. There should be an oil can around here.
That's a reference to the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz.
Could you leave the lumberjack alone?
Jeremy's reference to a tree, which is a fighting tree in Wizard of Oz.
Hi! I couldn't help but notice that you're,
Okay, I know I'm a tree. Would you take a good look at me?
The song is called Tree Related, as Jeremy is a tree, and Mitchell Musso did a very good job with his singing. I really like how the camera angle is different as it moves into different direction. As you can see Jeremy as singing while the birds come out as the camera pans up for the birds to fly. I really like the camera going in 360.
Hi, Candace.
We hear the la 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 and the scratching sound.
You're a terrifying beast bomb.
Man, look at the horrors in their faces.
Those a non-dairy treat sidewalk through an ice cream canyon.
Man, I will eat all of that. That is so yummy.
Ice cream! Ice cream!
Oh, no you don't. Yes, Candace.
Man, Candace is gonna regret everything that she done, and she will realize it in the end. Man, these two are having fun. If only Candace...
Oh, yes, I much prefer rotting vegetation.
Hey, we can't all be movie stars.
These two trees are also a reference to Wizard of Oz.
Up there. Ooh.
Yep, Stacy is an owl as we get to see her. And she only says, ooh, as she doesn't get speaking roles in this episode, as she doesn't appear.
Oh, I'm a combination lion, tiger, and bear. If I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
If I had a nickel, which is actually said again in the second dimension.
All right, let's blow this pop stand. The wizard, do you want to come there?
Nah, I don't want nothing.
As Buford builds up to the song, you see the camera pans away as you get to see the sky and the birds there.
I want nothing.
And that is the shortest song of this episode.
Hi, Candace. Herb and I have built a bouncy sidewalk. What do you say, Candace?
I think you already know my answer.
Candace is so stubborn. She's never gonna have fun, and if her summer continues like this, then her life is a failure, as always. As you can see his base, you get to see a lava and a lot of things detailed.
Capable hands of my spider monkey.
Yeah, there's a spider monkey. As you can see, a sound. It's voiced by D. Bradley Baker, who's doing background voices, and he also does Spider Monkey in Ben 10. Yeah, that's D. Bradley Baker doing the Spider Monkey's voice in Wizard of Oz and Ben 10 Alien Force. I love it. I love two shows.
I'm keeping my eyes on the prize.
Hey, children of flying squirrels.
And they're shooting acorns which squirrels eat.
Oh, snap. Oh, that's got to hurt.
Squirrel! Squirrel!
I think Ashley Tisdale may have re-recorded or they reused it from Squirrels in My Pants in Comedia's comic.
Oh no, the squirrels have got Candace.
We have got to do something.
Of course your way looks fun too.
And neither will you if I ever get back to the yellow sidewalk.
Looks like she's in Doof's territory.
Kidnapped by flying squirrels and stuck in a web that came out of a monkey's butt. There you are, Perry.
Silence!
She knows Perry is here, but she doesn't know that he's wearing a hat, which is odd.
May as well hand over those boots.
No, really. They've grown on me.
Have to get you out of the boots.
Nice rhyming from Doofusmertz.
Disintegrate you entirely!
I'm sorry I got you into this mess. Forget about me. Well, if it's that easy.
I couldn't rabies. Oh, I hate spiderwebs.
And you've been caught in one, Doof.
Ready?
And we all know D. Bradley Baker does Spider Monkey voice, as we've seen it in Ben 10 Alien Force 2 Omniverse.
Even if she was a little bossy.
Has he always had that hat?
Perry the Platypus's cover's been blown, but it is a dream.
Gentlemen, we're out to stop Doofenwitch. I see an opportunity here for some interagency cooperation. Wait, why am I a fairy?
Man, Major Monogram looks so ridiculous. I wish we get to see Carl. Where is he?
When the sand runs out, that's when this big electric timer begins.
I'm not gonna put that in the counter.
It activates the Bradby Goldinator. Hello?
Hi, you've been selected for a...
That witch warlock! It's a robe!
Hey, weren't you taller?
Too short for a stormtrooper.
Quick, get me out of here before that whatever-nator zaps me. Tickle.
Man, I really like how the room sells. You can see different elements in the side, as Doofusmertz have a very comfortable room.
Boss! What's this? Ooh. Hey, why did you do that?
It's part of the makeover.
That was smart for Buford to do that, even though it was unnecessary, but overall, I like it.
Guards! Again!
Run for it!
Don't let them...
I like how the guards trip over Doof.
How convenient, everyone's all together. Shut up, you're a tree!
Wait a minute. You can't talk to Jeremy like that.
No!
Witch!
Oh, you can't! Oh, it's shrinking! It's shrinking!
And we all know that was in Wizard of Oz.
Dispose of them while I switch into my tracksuit.
Well, no, but nobody ever asked us what we want to do.
Man, poor guards. Doofusmertz are bossing them around as always, but I hope they get what they want.
We've been cooped up in this castle, so who cares what people say?
It's called Song of a Guard, which actually is for the guards to sing, and also that's a reference to the Soviet Russia theme in World War II.
What the heck? Everyone gets to sing but me?
Weird to see Doofusmertz wearing pink while he's still the witch or warlock.
Great, is the monkey the only one working here?
I don't know what it means. This means see you later or peace out.
No way!
Curse you! I'll get you, man!
Fine, not if you think so!
Dumb luck. And over the sea of razor-sharp rock spires.
If they fell into a real razor spikes, can you imagine though?
Bastopolis, come on!
I can't stop talking about the animation, but it looks beautiful. The truck's love handle, the train, the designs here, the roller coaster, the giant floating baby head, the helicopter. It looks amazing.
Follow the shut up!
Man, poor guy, he's just getting tripped, just like Doofus was earlier.
I'm taking the yellow stairs!
Looks like the fruit ignore Candace this time, while Candace goes by the yellow skywalk. It's just, wow. Man, if I run in the stairs like that, my legs will be running tired quickly.
Hello? I'm Candace the Meek, and... Guys, you're making me look bad in front of the wizard!
And to make things even awkward, she arrives there first before Buford, Balchi, and Jeremy and Perry was here.
Hello, Candace.
For the wizard?
Well, I'm a bit of a whiz in the kitchen.
It may not be an accurate scene, but the fire scene with the wizard speaking there is actually accurate.
Why, no. Oops!
Hey, Candace.
Phineas? Ferb?
Most people just wear a pair of these and fake it.
Hey, works for me.
Baljeet looks so cool with these fake glasses as looking like a scarecrow.
Yeah, don't oversell it.
Well, yeah, but I'll bet you don't have anything in your bag for me.
The problem with you is, you're completely delusional.
I like the way he smiles while he said he's completely delusional, which is funny, and it's a meme all the time.
You're just wearing a tree costume.
I'm free! And I'm in my underwear.
Yes. Yes, you are.
I like how Jeremy's covering his underwear while Candace's reaction. Look at that.
Just to say you want nothing.
Yes, I want nothing.
Thing when really they want something.
That's true, Phineas. That is very true.
You might want something later.
All right, I'll take something. Ooh, a ham sandwich.
Man, I like how Phineas and Ferb really tested Buford's patience, as it turned out he really wants something.
Wait a minute. If you think you can bribe me or something.
Those red rubber boots.
Looks like he's found his old clothes back. Well, he wears a different one before then, the pink one.
A red rubber shoehorn? Why didn't I think of that?
The song is called Red Rubber Boots, sung by none other than Dan Poverman, the voice of Doofenwitch Witch or Warlock, whatever you call it.
But now I've got this one splash of color. Look, and I'm gonna go stepping tonight.
Golly!
There is Dorothy and Toto, the dog.
Everybody gets what they want except me. Unicorn pony rides, non-dairy frozen treat ice skating, bouncing sidewalks.
Oh, you must have had a wonderful time.
Well, this comes back in full cycle. Candace sometimes needs to have fun instead of busting the bubble. She does at times, but there are times that she is unfocused, which could lead to her failures, but it comes back in full cycle.
I followed the yellow sidewalk like I was told. The good witch. And the floating eyeball.
Abraham Lincoln, the spaceman, Santa Claus, Pinocchio, and who is this guy again?
The joy is in the journey, you know.
I could have had fun throughout this entire adventure if I had only stepped off the yellow sidewalk.
On the nosy. Loosen up, sweetheart. Summer won't last forever.
And she's so right again. Man, Linda's very good at explaining everything. Candace does need to have fun to enjoy her summer.
Really? I'm a fun person! Hey, don't go! I haven't had fun yet!
As she is dreaming again as she's about to wake up. That's a weird thing, but Candace wasn't sleeping as her eyes are awake already.
No, it was all a dream. Fantastic dream and I blew it.
Hi, Candace. Oh, there you are, Perry. Self-balancing monster unicycle. It can take us anywhere. The fun.
There is Jeremy already there, as Isabella's there, as she doesn't speak in present day. She only speaks in the dream.
Did you say fun?
Often the most fun can be found in your own backyard.
And the joy is in the journey.
And she learns from her dream that she does need to have fun in the summer. Otherwise, you can't just fool around with busting, as I've displayed it 100 times.
Oh, Jeremy, hi! Let's go. You have no idea.
Have fun, everybody.
And Phineas and Ferb just broke the fourth wall and telling everyone to have fun, which is a nice message, but very, very good. This episode had full comedy, sketches, gags, and a lot of stuff that keeps you interested. I know many people were surprised about the plot, but I'm going to give it a 5. I know this is a dream episode, which is very cliche, but I really like how Wizard of Oz did their own parody of Wizard of Oz, and to me, I really like it. Buford is a lion, tiger, and bear. Baljeet is the scarecrow, Jeremy is the tree, and Candace is like Dorothy. They all go on the yellow sidewalk, as Candace had her opportunity to bust her brother, which she failed, as Phineas and Ferb trying to show Candace how to have fun, as she avoided it until the end. I really like Doofenshmirtz while he's a warlock or witch, as he trying to wipe out Candace as to get the boots, which he failed, as Phineas and Ferb did it for him, as Candace gets to see her mom, who is the witch, as she needs to tell her to have fun, otherwise the summer doesn't last forever, which she's right or no. And while she wakes up, then she goes with Jeremy, Isabella, Buford, Baljeet, Phineas and Ferb to have fun along the way. Characterization will get 5. Phineas and Ferb are consistent to show Candace that he's trying to show his sister to have fun, as they do in the end, but every time he tries, Candace just ignores it, even if it's a dream. Really like how we see Jeremy as a tree, Balji as he wants to be as cool, which is interesting, as Buford as a lion, tiger, and bear, which is fun, but overall it is very, very cool. Nice to see Linda again, and also Doofusmas as Woolot or a witch or something, and he never lost his persona as he's still evil, and he's not, in my opinion. Perry, the spider monkey, Squirrels, and a lot of that, and including Isabella as Glinda the Good, they all did a very good job. The visuals, come on, it's a 5. There's a lot of animation, the backgrounds, the designs, they all look very cool. Now I know why this won 2 Emmy Awards, and it is richly deserved. Importance, it gets a 4. It is remembered because of the Wizard of Oz reference and the Phineas and Ferb fandom and the great songs and the completely delusional part. Everything else is still remembered to this day, but not quite as memorable as other special episodes, but it's still good enough to get a 4. Entertainment will get a 5. That leaves off with a 24 out of 25, and it's still a very good score, better than the last episode, with 2 pop culture episodes have been completely successful and still memorable to the Phineas and Ferb fan. Still memorable, still funny, still comedy, still a lot of things that it keeps you interested, and it's a lot of fun. Nerds of a Feather was nominated for 2011 Emmy Award for writing on the television production of John Carter and Pearl Biasa, but they lost to the writers of Robot Chicken, Star Wars Episode 3, which I also gave Candace advice about Summer Won't Last Forever, which Dan Pomeroy's mother gave her kids about the same thing. Summer short, you gotta make every day count, which is a nice message. Also, Ross's is a parody of Busted.
I know what's wrong with you, you're busted. In the rain too long and now you've been immobilized. If you move, you make a squeaking sound of your neck down to the ground, you're busted.
Yes,
I wanted to show it at the end of the episode, but I wanted to show you in the final thoughts so that I will also make sure to poll on the beat on your thoughts on your episode, as 6 people voted. One thing is brilliant, as 83% said it's very good. Not my favorite, but good, which is understandable, but it's still up there, one of my favorite episodes to this day. The superhero gimmick, the cliches, and it is very fun. I'm going to be doing 3 polls once it comes up, but the first one will be, should Perry the Platypus have a girlfriend? Yes or no? Let me know in the community tab when it goes live. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day. As always, see ya.
Ducky Mo, Ducky Mo Mo, Ducky Mo, Ducky Mo Mo. He's your very best friend. Who's the happy time toy toy for every girl and boy boy? Make fun with Ducky Mo Mo.